I'm going to show you the 15 things that rich people do every day that poor people don't. You might not think these are a big deal, but they're actually really important and will make a huge difference in your life if you start doing them too. 1. They don't think money is evil. Money is simply a tool used for exchanging goods and services. That's it. It is neither good nor bad, moral or immoral. If you're rich, you are free to use your money any way you wish. You can choose to invest in charities, give money away, burn it, or spend it on things that aren't really practical. But the poor tend to believe that living beyond their means is an irresponsible thing to do, even though many of them have switched from credit cards to payday loans because they didn't believe that monthly debt payments were a responsible thing to do. 2. They invest in themselves. Their passive income gives them the means of supporting themselves without having to wake up early and go out to work. But investing in their own development is their real job. It's how they get better at what they do and increase both their market value and future earnings potential. 3. They surround themselves with achievers. The poor tend to build relationships with people just like them, which means no one around them has ever gotten rich. In contrast, the rich make a point of being around role models, mentors, or millionaires who have been successful and are generous enough to share their wisdom. 4. They take calculated risks. The poor often do things that seem harmless at the time but have long-term consequences, such as spending money they don't have or putting off a decision until tomorrow because they're afraid of the risk involved. Rich people know that if they play it safe all the time, they'll never get anywhere. Instead of constantly making excuses for why something won't work out, successful individuals accept the associated costs and move on, sometimes even if everyone else advises against them doing so. 5. They pay themselves first. This is old personal finance saying that basically goes like this. If you want to become rich, make sure that money always flows towards your goals before it can get diverted elsewhere. The poor often find it difficult to save and invest because they aren't disciplined with their finances, so they never earn enough passive income in the first place. 6. They don't let fear dictate their actions. If they don't have a secure job or haven't figured out how to do something yet, successful people dive right into things without waiting around for permission first, even though everyone else is telling them not to. This fearlessness gives them the freedom to make mistakes and learn from them, essential to becoming financially independent. 7. They don't give up their dreams. The poor often live in a fantasy world where their dreams are always just out of reach. Poor people dream without acting upon those dreams, which is a critically important step that most people never take. In contrast, rich people don't wait around for tomorrow to achieve their goals. They make things happen now. 8. They know failure is a stepping stone to success. They know that if you want to be successful, it's essential to make plenty of mistakes and get out there first so you can take advantage of the hard work other people have done before you. They also understand that success doesn't come easy, so they don't blame others for their failures and keep trying until they figure out what works best instead. 9. They're not afraid of change. Yes, more money will buy you some things in life, but there are many other things that you can only buy through changing your mindset and behaviors. You should always be prepared for change because otherwise, you'll limit your opportunities to get ahead financially. 10. They focus on what's within their control. The rich don't worry about the things they can't control. They also don't waste time trying to hold others responsible for their mistakes, which leads them to be more positive and open-minded in the long run. Try focusing on what you can do, not what you can't, and watch your life change dramatically. 11. The rich believe in the law of income. Successful people know that what gets rewarded gets repeated, so they're generous with their time and money to those who deserve it most. The poor often feel entitled to things and become disappointed when they don't immediately get what they want. Rich people understand that if you give first, eventually, others will be more willing to help you out as well. 12. They're constantly learning. If you want to get ahead in life, it's important to be a lifelong learner. The rich are voracious readers and listeners, which allows them to pick up new skills quickly. They also keep an open mind because learning something new is much easier when you have no expectations about what will happen next. 13. They seek out mentors. The rich care about their development as human beings, so they have plenty of people who can teach them how to get ahead faster. They're also willing to listen and learn from almost anyone, since everyone has something valuable to contribute. Remember, you can be a multimillionaire without being an expert at everything. 14. They're always up to date on their tax situations. Most people never learn how to properly manage the money they make from week to week because they expect someone else will take care of it for them. The rich are aware of all financial and legal matters that might affect them, so there's no risk of being blindsided by an outrageous bill later down the road. 15. They don't wait around for others to save them. The poor often believe other people have more power over their lives than they do. The rich don't blame others for their problems. They take responsibility, and eventually, they'll come out ahead because of it. So they choose to sit back and wait until something changes instead of helping themselves out of tough situations when necessary.